Hey, what's up, guys? Ryan with Fearless Fantasy here, back with another video. Today I'm going to be doing a mock draft. This will be for a league that I'm actually in. I've been prepping for about a week and a half now. I've probably done about 10 or 12 of these. It's a 14-team league, and I'm going to be picking from the third spot on Yahoo. So basically what I'm going to kind of do is just go through the mock draft and kind of talk about my thoughts and my strategies for maybe an early pick in a 14-team league. And as also just kind of go through my strategy in general when I'm preparing for a draft and what I'm looking to do in mock drafts, because for me, mock drafts are never going to be what the real thing is. So I want to make sure I'm prepared for every little thing possible. And so that's kind of what I'm going to talk through today. I like doing a lot of these just because it preps me for which players are going to be in which range, and when I take a certain player, how it affects the rest of my draft. So we'll just get right into it here. I'll kind of talk through. So for example, for the my first pick, I'm really looking at the zero RB strategy as probably going to be my main strategy that I'm liking so far, with taking a QB in the 4th or 5th round, which we'll get to. But I've seen, again, probably done about 10 of these. McCaffrey falls to me maybe 10% of the time, so I'm not looking at that as a likely scenario, although that would be my favorite scenario, is going McCaffrey as my first pick. But most of the time it's just getting to Ja'Marr Chase. I'm interested in all the top 3 of those if people want to get creative. Jefferson, McCaffrey, and Chase I'm all fine with in the first round. Not really interested in Eckler, Kupp, or Hill, although they're right on that next tier, so I wouldn't hate if you wanted to go Eckler if McCaffrey got taken and you were trying to do like a hero RB strategy. But what I've noticed is, if I'm picking Chase in the first round, the second or third round, the running backs kind of go super fast, and I'm looking at some of these tier 2 receivers to hopefully grab in the second or third round. So we'll see how this draft plays out. Justin will be the number 1 pick here, most likely. And then we'll get through it. Also, make sure whenever you're doing mock drafts, I would highly recommend to mock draft on the site that your league is in. So if your league is on Yahoo, mock draft on Yahoo, because a lot of people are going to be following the rankings of the league that they're in, and you kind of can play the game there. So here, McCaffrey did fall to me. So I love this. I'm going to grab him here. I do have Ja'Marr Chase ranked higher, but again, I just love how my draft plays out so much better taking Christian McCaffrey number 1. So I'll take him here. And so now I'm going to be doing the hero RB strat. I don't see myself taking a running back in the second or third round. So I have a couple different strategies based on how the draft's going to go to see how it plays out. As far as what I have up, like rankings wise and stuff, when I'm preparing for a draft, I have the underdog ADP up, which is average draft position for each player. I have that up as kind of like my go-to rankings. I have the Yahoo rankings here, so I can kind of see what everyone else is looking at, and I want to see how I can play the game. So for an example, second round, I do like Devontae Smith better than Chris Olave, but it's very close. And since Yahoo has Olave higher, in the second round, I'll take Olave over Smith and hope maybe Smith, because he's a few spots lower, will drop to the third round for me. So just kind of playing a couple little mind games there, very minuscule in terms of how the actual draft's going to play out. But so I have the Yahoo rankings, underdog, and then I have my own rankings up as well. So kind of like 3 things I can refer to and talk through to myself to kind of make the best pick possible. So looking at the draft here, Chase goes 4, Kelsey 5, Hill 6. All pretty standard. Chubb goes over Bijan, and then Cooper Kupp. And we'll just kind of wait here till our next pick. I suspect it'll be pretty standard from here. The main thing that I've been looking at and seeing, which I think also know your league and what people do in your league. In this league that I was in last year, quarterbacks went super high. Like, even I know everyone was high on Jalen Hurts last year, and he was going in like the 7th, 8th round. I think he went in the 4th or 5th round of this league. So people really jump on quarterbacks early. So I suspect in my league and what I'm prepping for, that Mahomes at least, and probably Allen or Hurts, will go in the second round, which will push these wide receivers down to me that I absolutely love this year. So again, I've done about 10 of these. Amon-Ra falls to me sometimes, which is just ridiculous. And then Garrett Wilson, Jalen Waddle, Chris Olave, Devontae Smith, and T. Higgins now in play since I didn't pick Chase are all who I'm looking at. I'm not interested in any of the running backs. Jacobs has not fallen to me once. He would be the only one I would be. Not interested in Najee over any of the wide receivers I mentioned. Travis Etienne, Aaron Jones, Mixon. Although I do like those players, I don't like them nearly at all to take over any of those wide receivers that I mentioned. Same with the QBs. I'm not interested in taking a QB in the second round. Even the third round for me is a little steep. I just think the opportunity cost is way too high. So no QBs taken yet. We got Bijan, Barkley, Henry, Pollard, Lamb, and Wilson. About 10 picks to be up. Still, all those players that I really like are still on the board. We'll see if I can get one of them. Looking at the later rounds, I really like doing this as well, not picking a QB in the second or third, because I just love the value of 3 guys going in the fourth or fifth round of Fields, Herbert, and Jackson. I love having one of those 3 in the 4th or 5th round, much better than taking a top tier QB. So there goes Jalen Hurts. That's perfect. That's exactly what I want and what I suspect is going to happen in the live draft. Devontae Adams goes. So still, again, I'm now 7 picks away, and we have Amon-Ra still on the board, Waddle, Olave, Smith, and T. Higgins are all still there for me. Now, you also want to take in mind like what you prefer to do for your strategy. So this is my strategy, how I want to do it. I'm really interested in these wide receivers. If you're really high on running backs and you love to go double running back here, I wouldn't knock you for that at all. My favorite of the ones would be to go Jahmyr Gibbs in the 3rd round. Would be a nice running back to solidify that 2 running back spot. Mixon for me. Travis Etienne I'm not interested in, but obviously fine going around here. Aaron Jones in the 3rd, all in the 3rd round. Again, not interested in taking them in the 2nd. Josh Jacobs still on the board, interesting. There goes Mahomes. So that's kind of what I'm suspecting to happen, and what has happened in most of these mock drafts is 2 QBs at least going in the 2nd round, which pushes exactly who I want coming to me. So now I'm guaranteed Amon-Ra, Olave, or Smith in the 2nd round, which to me is an absolute slam dunk lock. So I will just auto click of the 3. If there's 2 still left, again, I'll play the ADP game. I'll take the highest one on. I'll play the ADP Yahoo ranking system game where I'll just take the highest one available. So Josh Allen goes 2, so now they're still there. So then that would give me an opportunity to get one of them in the 3rd round as well, which would be pretty crazy. Let's see, 7 seconds now. Okay, just auto pick St. Brown. So again, I'm playing the game here. I'm going to take Olave, even though I have Smith ranked 1 spot higher. To me, that's nothing if it gives me the opportunity to give Smith coming back somehow. Now, if 2 of those 3 guys don't make it to me in the 2nd or 3rd round, I'm looking at T. Higgins. If he's not there, I'm fine with a bunch of different strategies. My favorite has been going Mark Andrews, but as we get closer to the season, I'll kind of solidify that more because I'm really liking Jahmyr Gibbs a lot as well in this spot. So I'm going to do what I've been practicing and kind of what I want to stick with, and that's taking Mark Andrews here in the early 3rd. T. Higgins just went as well. Devontae Smith back-to-back. So, again, that's kind of if you kind of want to punt the tight end position, though, I wouldn't knock you at all for taking a running back here. So Mixon goes right after me. Probably had that on. DK Metcalf as well if you want to go wide receiver. I like as well there. Calvin Ridley in the 3rd round's just a little too steep for me. I actually just watched a video on him, and I actually have a video on him. Just like he's just going to, in my opinion, at his ceiling. But I do like him. I think on like sleeper, he's going way later in their rankings, like kind of like 5th round. I do like him 4th and 5th round. So I have the team of Olave, McCaffrey, Andrews. Perfect start for me. Exactly what I'm looking for. Obviously, the dream start would have been having Devontae Smith as the second wide receiver. So now what I'm looking for as I scroll down, 4th or 5th, I'm looking for one of those high-end QBs. My league also is 4-point pass TD scoring, so I values Fields and Lamar Jackson a little bit higher for me than Justin Herbert in that scenario. Hey, what's up, guys? Sorry I had to cut that short. This mock draft went longer than expected and went past our YouTube video limit. So I'm going to be posting part 2 now along with part 1. So go and check that out if you want to finish the rest of the video. Make sure you like part 1 if you enjoyed the content. Thank you guys for watching.